Yo, well, what do we have here? Getting dog walked in familiar fashion, but this time to the New Orleans Saints. It was stated that potentially that we could have possibly played the New Orleans Saints. So what it had happened in similar fashion, like so pretty much they just pretty much did what they probably would have did to us last year in the playoffs. Oh man, here we go. Hoodlum says, what I tell y'all. So, absolutely. Happy they been waiting. Oh man. Oh man. Where do y'all want me to begin? Do y'all want the defense first? Or do you want the offense first? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Is anybody surprised? Hell nah. Hell nah. As soon as we seen that physical, and I thought about it too. I was like, damn, man. When I did that scouting report, I said, man, damn near. I was like, damn, I kind of said something similar to what I said against Green Bay. I said the Cowboys should win. I was like, hold up. I was like, physicality. And I was like, against Dallas, I said, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let it play out. And what do you know? Similar outcome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, happy. That was definitely in my notes. Whew. So I guess since we talking about offense, let's talk about that offense first. You know? Ah, terrible. Terrible. First I'm gonna start with the return game. I don't know what you was doing, Bones, but for you to have Wanye back there returning, knock it off. Knock it off, Bones. Knock it off. He don't never need to return not one kick ever again. No juice, no nothing. He really should be on defense. But oh my gosh. Well, I guess we're gonna have to start with Dak. Let's start with Dak. If I pay a quarterback 60 million, see, no. See, he got paid now. All this ass kissing that people be doing, all this, oh my God, he need help. No, that's out. You get paid 60 million. So I expect $60 million results. 2 weeks straight, you ain't been getting no type of ROI. None. Against physical defenses, you get the same Dak. Like it was just supposed to change after he got paid. They're going to say, oh my God, but the defense gave up the points. I'm going to tell you why that's some BS. Because if you some great quarterback, if you some MVP candidate type quarterback, guess what? You should see that your defense is leaky, and you should be dominating, doing your best to dominate the TOP, the time of possession. That's what elite quarterbacks do. I was hearing that bullshit about Tom Brady and everybody talking about, oh my God, Dak at the line of scrimmage. Knock it off, Tom. Tom, me and you both know that Dak Prescott is a scrub. Me and you both know that. I know you got to go ahead and cut it down the middle in the booth, but come on. We want to hear something real. We don't want to hear that BS. Because if you thought that way, Tom Brady, you would, when you was talking about the top quarterbacks, you would have named him. You didn't even name Dak at all. Stop it. You know he a scrub. Good quarterbacks see what's going on. Good quarterbacks adjust. Good quarterbacks, okay, my defense can't stop nobody today. So what do? Let me extend drives. Let me get some 8 to 10 play drives. Let me help out my defense and see if they can get their stuff together down the line. He don't do none of that. What is he adjusting to? If I see, all right, bam, like I had seen something where the defense gave him so much space, gave the whoever was out wide so much space, he could have instantly checked, threw the ball quick, and got about 5 yards, but it was an incomplete pass. Stuff like that matters. I seen Antonio Romero Romo do that. Stuff like that matters. But he don't do it. There's no excuse. He's a $60 million quarterback. Ain't he the highest person, in paid person in the league now? And that's what you get? Mediocre play? He fumbles in the red zone. That's BS. He throws a pick. That's BS. He missed Cooks in the end zone. That's BS. Even though Tolbert made that carry down the sideline, he was late. That's BS. You ain't coming off no energy. You've been having full off seasons. That's BS. We're not taking that mediocre play no more. And want to go ahead and talk about the defense. We're going to get on the defense. We already going to go ahead and get on the defense. They not exempt, but we got to keep it real, though. A $60 million quarterback is supposed to be doing a whole lot better than what he did today. He was supposed to have true command of the offense, not all that play stuff that, oh, yeah, here we go. Like, nah, we don't care about none of that. What does here you go do? Here you go. I think he was talking about, when he says, here you go, I think he was talking about that ass whooping. I think he already knew that whooping was coming. So I think he was talking to the Cowboys when he said, here we go. Oh my God. That is crazy. That is crazy, y'all. Offensive line. Look, I mean, Guyton had his struggles, but it looked better from the TV. It looked better than what it did last week. The interior line pretty much played solid. I seen Cooper had a couple mistakes, but for the most part, he played solid. Now, let me tell you who's really the scrub. Terrence Steele is a scrub-ass tackle when it comes down to the passing. We're just going to have to keep it real. We've already stated that he's a better run player than he is a pass player, but let's be honest. I'm looking. Now, look, Granderson beat him on a sack off a spin move. The weakest link of the edge, tight hip Granderson, beat him. When I seen that, I said, man, this scrub-ass, man, he's scrub. Even though we got a rookie, he probably might end up being the weakest link on that offensive line. Terrence Steele, like, and there was play, like I seen one time he's supposed to have a solid base, and all of a sudden Terrence Steele, he got ran into and he's on his ass. Like, what? This big old tackle, you on your ass. When I seen that, I said, yeah, man, people can't continue to try to get this man some grace. He doesn't deserve grace. That was a bad move right there to pay Terrence Steele. Bad move. If you wanted to run block and tackle, they're not hard to find. Finding very good pass blocking right tackles, that's where the money deserves. That's where you deserve the money. And no, that's not it. Because the way he got beat, nah. Now, granted, Guyton was getting beat in the inside too. He needs to do better in regards to that too. But I remember Tyron Smith at times used to be susceptible to that at times. But he fixed it though. You know? Now, like I said, I understand Guyton. I give Guyton a little bit more grace because I understand we throwing him in the fire. I give Guyton more grace. But Terrence Steele gets no grace. And you're paid. Terrence Steele gets absolutely no grace. That was pathetic on how he got beat on that third down. That was pathetic. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, let me go ahead and keep an eye out on him. Because one thing I do know, I don't have to look at much of the interior because I know the interior got it. Like the interior is solid, right? So when you're looking at the offensive line, if you want to see anybody who's gonna get whooped, most likely look at your exterior, look at your tackles. Look at your tackles. Here it comes. Here it comes. Now let me talk about your running backs. They suck. They suck. And I'm talking about mainly in your top two, Dowdle and Ezekiel Elliott. They not it. You're gonna have to go ahead and bring Cooks in. Cook in. Dalvin Cook gonna have to get these carries because they ain't got it. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at Rico Dowdle. I'm saying, okay, let me look at what does Rico Dowdle do well. I can't tell you what he does well. Ezekiel Elliott. I'm looking at like and Mike McCarthy. Right. This is what I don't get. I see they run Ezekiel Elliott east-west early in the game, and then I see that they slamming Deuce Vaughn inside early in the game. I said, bro, ain't this man ass backwards? Zeke is a straight line runner. Then when Zeke get a downhill carry, he gets about 7 yards on that. I'm like, bro, you don't see that? Like how can we understand this and see this early on, but you're still trying to feel like you think you're doing too much? You should be wanting to get Deuce Vaughn in space as much as possible, but you're running him side like he 250 pounds, like he 220 or something, like he Derrick Henry. But you want to give Zeke to go ahead and start off laterally first. And like knowing damn well he lost like 4 steps and ain't got no quickness to do what you want to do with him. You got to do a strictly straight line. For what he was calling, like one thing's for sure, what we know, Mike McCarthy and running backs, they don't get along. They don't get along. Mike McCarthy is strictly about that pass. And speaking of the pass, this team is going to have to go get some more weapons. I understand that they went young pretty much damn near everywhere, but I don't think that this wide receiver core with your fake ass so-called MVP candidate quarterback, that ain't gonna work. You need some vets to go ahead and be able to do their best to try to get open. You're gonna need some vets. Where is Hunter Renfro at? You're gonna need to go call somebody because the growing pains that you gotta have with these rookies and with a quarterback like Dak who ain't gonna make nobody better, that's just calling for failure. Now people gonna sit over there and talk about how Dak don't have no help. Dak has plenty of help. He has plenty of help. And I don't care about this. Like I said, when I see quarterbacks throwing at the third and fourth string wide receivers and tight ends and still winning games, I don't want to hear nothing. You're getting paid $60 million. Make a play. 60 million quarterbacks make plays. I don't want to hear about none of that stuff. He don't make plays. He is not smart. All this, on how is this man supposed to be so excellent at the line of scrimmage? I don't see it. Because there's certain plays that he should just check out of and get 3 yards. It'll be an incomplete or it'll be a loss. That's stupid to me. That's dumb to me. That is dumb to me. Jay Bird, T-Dub. Okay. Yeah, man. And they're gonna have to let go of this experiment with Dowdle. It's done for. They're gonna have to go ahead and give Cook. We already knew it though. And I think they knew it too. That's why he's been on that practice squad. It's time. It's time because it's only gonna get worse. We go against Baltimore Ravens. And I made this statement on Twitter. They ain't like the Saints some hellified defense. They just physical. And we still, no matter who's up in there, we still struggle with physicality. That's partly on the coaching, and that's also on these soft-ass players. We just got to be real. It's not enough. Tom Brady made it. Tom Brady made this statement about not having the talent to be able to participate in shootouts. But I'm a disagree with you though, right? I'm gonna disagree slightly with Tom Brady in this. Like I said, if I'm paying a quarterback $60 million, he best to be able to put up numbers in the shootout. If it's in a shootout, I don't care what we got. Make it happen. Because you're supposed to be so elite. You've been in the league for so long. You done seen that. You done been there, done that. You done been through adversity. You done been through a lot. And you telling me that you still pretty much at point B in the process when it comes down to scanning the field, when it comes down to the mental. Gang, because like I said, it's so simple. I see Joe Burrow, I see Matt Stafford at times play pitch and catch with their wide receivers. So how could a vet like Stafford understand that, and how could a young quarterback like Joe Burrow understand that with Chase? How do they understand that? It's a mentality. He don't got it. He don't got it. That was a waste of money. That was a waste of money. That was a waste of money. I know they probably panic about the quarterbacks that they may have won in a draft. Look, how I see it is that you pay them to give Trey Lance 2 more years, and you get him going, because this ain't it. This ain't it. This is not it. This was ridiculous to pay him 60 million, and he's not going to elevate his game. He doesn't have that switch. Soon as adversity come, he folds. If I put this in my notes. I said if it ain't going Dak's way, it's going to go no way. And that's a crazy statement to have about the highest paid person in the league, pretty much. So they say. They say Dak, what, per year is what, the highest paid, right? But I can name you plenty of quarterbacks who does better. I can name you plenty of quarterbacks that in the moment don't fold. Is this loss all of Dak Prescott's fault? No, it's not. But at the same time, we should be like, oh, okay, but Dak did his job. I can't tell y'all with a straight face and tell you that Dak Prescott did his job, because he didn't. Sometimes that offense got to protect that defense. We don't have a defense that can go ahead and can bail Dak out all the time. We don't have that. So he has to put it where we can go ahead and protect that defense. And now you can see with the selections at offensive line with BB in the middle, Jerry had seen it as in, let me try to do my best to protect Dak, to see if we can get some type of run game going, especially to fire it up toward the middle and the end of the year to see if we can get hot and make a run. Because he understood that his quarterback wasn't going to be able to take him to the promised land. I think Jerry understands that, but I think Jerry don't understand how to go about it, though, which is why, what the hell is you doing at GM if you don't know how to get yourself out of these situations and adjust and make a situation better? What the hell are you a GM for? Because the answer ain't to go ahead and pay him and think that you're going to continue to try to fix it around him when you had damn near 10 years to try to fix it around him. That's stupid. It's okay. Let me get rid of part of the problem, and let me go ahead and do my best to fix it. But he doesn't do that. He continues to give this quarterback grace when this quarterback show you who he is time and time again. That doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. When are we going? No. Now, especially with him being paid, he's held to an even bigger standard than what we had him. There ain't no protect him. There ain't no none of that. He needs to protect the team. He needs to protect his offense. He needs to protect his defense. There ain't no, I'm going to go ahead and hold your hand and kick cans and put our toes in the sand type stuff with Dak Prescott no more. That's not it. You need to be the one to go ahead and win us some games. We shouldn't have to try to out-scheme somebody and do all this extra stuff just to go ahead and win the game. With a $60 million quarterback, that is not going to suffice no more. But we knew this. But Jerry still put the Cowboys in this position. Dumb. That's just dumb, man. And the game there wouldn't have been an even chance to even have any glimmer of hope with that fumble unless Tober makes that hustle play. I guess you could say the bright side about it is that Schoonmaker Schoonmaker did what we, he 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 did all right. He didn't look bad when it came down to catching a football. That's like when we looked at Schoonmaker, he's a short to intermediate catcher, and he was catching a lot of short balls. That's Schoonmaker. What you seen today in the passing game, that's Schoonmaker. That ain't second round pick worthy, but that's him. So we waiting on J Hop to come back, man. Low, what's going on? I heard Law said Thursday 14. Man, facts. Mark Holmes said every school for I don't know how they can continue to make excuses for that boy, because the offense is, we're going to live and die with Dak, and we're going to continue to die. Hey, Dalvin Cook is going to have to be activated very soon, because your running backs have your top two running backs that's getting the bulk of these carries have no juice, none. Rico Dowdle is a scrub. I don't care what nobody say. There is nothing about him that I can say is good. And then I think it was that first drive, that soft ass block that he had in that background where he didn't even take him on square and he got through him. Man, if you ain't gonna put your nose in there and block, make sit your ass down somewhere. You ain't it. That's crazy to me. Now this defense, I know a lot of it is personnel, but Mike Zimmer, you don't go ahead. You ain't getting off the hook, and I'm gonna tell you why. Zimmer ain't getting off the hook. Zimmer's not getting off the hook because of some of his personnel decisions, and I'm gonna tell you why. From the beginning, he's not getting off the hook. Because his personnel decisions. One, like, I'm gonna use this as an example, even though he's not on the team. Fahoku. We knew he went on D tackle. He kept playing on D tackle. They want to play the main end. You should have known that even from practice that he wasn't that. Marshawn Nealon, he's going to struggle with speed. See, look, this the cool thing about it is a lot of his personnel, like when we see another running back like Kamara, it's going to be probably the same result. But because Henry is more of a straight line player, it won't look as bad as it looked today. That's where Marshawn Nealon and them will probably be a little bit better. But when it comes down to the speed, you're going to struggle. And I'm going to tell you this, since we're speaking of Marshawn Nealon and all them, shame on all you defensive ends. All of y'all. Y'all suck today. The scouting report was simple. Y'all already know, when we talked about this a couple of days ago, they did the same exact thing what we talked about. We had to worry about Olave in breaking routes. Shaheed, the big threat. Kamara, outside zones, perimeter running. We knew this. The difference was that the Saints broke the tendency of what they did last week. Instead of trying to be run heavy, we're going to go ahead and open it up and then get back to what we do. So they hit you with a bomb. They hit you across the middle with Olave. They opened it up some more. That's the only difference, though. But the same thing as far as how they were going to get these playmakers the ball, they did that. They didn't have to use Taysom Hill that much because everything else was going. You know, we said stop Kamara and you be able to go ahead and pretty much stop the Saints. And whatever they want to do, you be able to stop the Saints. Did they stop Kamara today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He did whatever they wanted to do. And to be honest with you, yeah, the D tackles had their thing, but this wasn't a main thing. Now, look, granted, I did see Mozzie get body slammed. I did see him at times get beasted up on today. Hey, look, we knew that, especially in the interior, this team was physical. Up front, we knew that they were physical. They punked this team. They punked the Cowboys. The Cowboys, hey, look, they soft. They mentally soft. They soft. No matter what, it's yeah, it's this newer generation stuff too. Let's just be honest. They don't make them like they don't make men like they used to no more. Let's just be honest. They soft. They soft. We got punked, man. Nobody was holding contain. And the cool thing about it is I'm looking at the game. I'm calling some of the plays that they gonna do. I'm like, oh man, I seen that. I seen that before. And they did the same exact thing, and they were not ready for that. I seen one time Kendrick try to call it out, but they did. I'm seeing Tank get squeezed in, Neil and lose a contain. You know 11. Speaking of 11, 11, where was the Lion today? Oh, my bad. We played a physical team. That's why you didn't see him today. When you play against physical teams, what do I say? They disappear. When Dak sees physical defense, what does he do? Disappear. When Michael sees physical offense, what does he do? He disappears. It never fails. You think he gonna appear next week? When they run it, you think he want to tackle Derrick Henry? Come on, G. Let's be honest. He don't want none of that smoke. You can see he got a burst when he think he got a straight line at the quarterback, but when it came down to going ahead and being about that run, he had no enthusiasm. Oh, in Baltimore lost, look like they get ready to lose today. Oh yeah, they get ready to come. They coming for blood too. They coming for blood too. Yeah, they coming for blood. Your defensive man, and y'all remember what we said a couple weeks ago. It was like the Cowboys just trying to piece the team together. They ain't trying to go ahead and worry about no. They pieced this team together, and this is what you got. The linebackers are young. Look, Kendricks. When it came down to anything one-on-one with him and Kamara, I expected that. We know Kendricks is 2 steps slow. He's an upgrade, but when it come down to handling that speed, it ain't it. He'll do better against Henry because it's going to be more straight line. But when it come down to speed, he's going to struggle. Marshawn is going to struggle with speed. 11 is going to struggle with physicality. Hey, Tank Lawrence, what happened today? Were you guys tired? Were you tired today, Tank Lawrence? Or what? Y'all damn near gave up 100 points in 2 games. Y'all out here putting up college basketball numbers. Y'all putting up college basketball numbers when it come down to you giving up points. At one time, they scored every possession. TDs. Your defense sucked. They already know we gonna go get. No, they don't have it. They don't have it. They could put effort. They don't have it. They didn't look at film. They didn't study film the way that they were supposed to. So now they're struggling in the film. They just study. Come on, man. You could look at the stuff that they gave up, especially with Shaheed. That's a film thing. You didn't look at film. And then we got Wilson getting cooked. Come on, Wilson ain't never ever been a coverage safety. Now all of a sudden he's supposed to be able to try to go down there. I think it was with Hooker and carry Shaheed. That ain't gonna it. Wilson is a box safety. You should be playing Wanye more. Take his ass off kickoff and put him back there, especially in cover situation. If your safeties ain't gonna cover, it's gonna look ugly. If your safeties ain't gonna cover. If your safeties ain't gonna, it's gonna look ugly. I seen some coverage bust. I seen just people ain't worried about. I see people ain't study film, and I also seen there was a lack of heart again. See, when it comes down to 42 points, over 40 points, that's a hard thing. There's no way that Saints team, that Saints ain't got no hellified talent. Bro, that Saints team is not talented. They just had a mindset of us being physicals and being bullies, and they took it to you. That's why they did you dirty. So if a team that got talent that has that type of mindset that's going to come to the equation and play you, what you think going to happen? They're going to give up 80? They're going to give up 80? This team still has no heart. None. This is week 2. You remember when we played the 49ers, it was what, week 4, week 5? Seen the same stuff. I told you we're gonna find out. Remember, I said, let me get his team a month. We didn't even have to find out. We knew. We see the flaws now. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. They fired up by the Browns. See, that's week one. That's cool. They look good. Like I said, the Browns is a good win. But that Saints, the way you lost, is a horrible loss. If they would have just lost to the Saints, I don't think we would be having this type of tone with the talk if it would have just been a regular loss. But you got embarrassed, and you got embarrassed at home. You got embarrassed at home. I'm looking at and I'm also tell you why Zim is not exempt. Zim should understand that with Morris Leofow, he could help set the edge like they was trying to do with Leighton last year. He's a blitzer. Anything in space, he gonna come like a missile. But if he has to take on blocks, it will not look good. And there was times I've seen it ran at him, and it did not look good with him taking on blocks. I keep telling. That's why am I seeing this? But a vet who's been in this game for years can't see it. That's a Zim problem too. That's a Zim problem too. And it's also a Zim problem when Clark is getting more snaps than Overshown. I'm looking at Overshown try to come and fill the gap with mean intentions at times. And I'm seeing Clark just trying to flow. And if he's free, he gonna try to come get it. If it's not, hey, yeah, okay. I don't want that soft ass boy getting hella snaps. Clark is soft. He not it. Let's say somebody tell me 1, 2, 3 not it. 1, 2, 3 not it. He's not it. Keep telling these people, man. I tell my money put down the cow. Oh, gee. Where was Parsons? Shit. We were trying to figure that out too. Oh, yeah. Zimmer 90s, Ron Dean. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree, Dr. I agree. And the cool thing about it, though, with this defense, with it being young, because the rookies, they showed their rookiness this game. Oh, yes, they did. And you should be disappointed, especially in your young defensive ends, especially kneeling, because the best thing about you as a player was your strength to be able to hold up at the point of attack and hold a good edge. And you did not do that today. You did not do that today. It ain't like you're going to give me some pass rush. So I need you to excel in the run game. You did not do that today. Like I said, you got a big ass defensive end who really should be a deep tackle. If he was going to bulk anybody up, it should have been him. So now you got Dak Prescott, who ain't going to make no plays for this team. Who the wide receivers, they can't carry him because the wide receiver talent that you have, they're not capable of doing that. If CD ain't making plays, it's cookies. It's over with. You this team, like I said, even like I don't know what you could possibly do with that. He just ain't it. He would just never be able to carry this team to where that you need him to go by himself. You would have to have just some immaculate play from your team to be able to get the best and to be able to go far, because it ain't going to be with Dak. And if you did make it to the playoffs this year, you might have to have a schedule so tailor-made to fit the Cowboys in a team having weaknesses that we can exploit, and them not exploiting the Cowboys' weaknesses. That's the only way that you can go ahead and get to the get far. And the likeliness of that happening is slim to none. Because there's going to be a team that you see that's going to play with some physicality. The Packers, they got a running back that's physical. Now, Saints, we already know what time it is with that. The Lions, we know what time it is with that. So, I mean, Tampa, you know what time it is with that. So I mean, you got all these teams who can do things and exploit your weaknesses on both sides of the ball. It was also poor coaching around the board. Even special teams was poor coaching. Poor coaching. Poor coaching to who I don't poor coaching to put Wanye back there. Poor coaching to understand that you're getting hit with speed and not doing your best to adjust personnel wise. Poor coaching. I mean, I understand that you got certain limitations in regards to your personnel because Jerry did just piece this team together like 2 weeks ago. He went to go bring scraps at D tackle, unwanted individuals, in the room. So I understand that. But at the same time, Zim was supposed to be the one to make miracles. He was supposed to be able to make $1 out of 15 cents. And today he's only able to get 10 cents out of 15 cents. There's 5 cents left over. We didn't even get the whole 15 cents. There's no way from here on out, Overshown, I don't give a damn what kind of performance Overshown gives you. Overshown is your best option with Kendricks. If somebody needs some water or somebody need a break. Other than that, Clark shouldn't even be in the goddamn game. With your D tackles, their radius, you don't have it. Mozzie don't have a high tackle radius. Big Linval Joseph doesn't have a high tackle radius. He is old. Phillips, I told you, he's hot and cold. Osa needs a strong D tackle next to him to get the most out of him. And you didn't get strong D tackle play because they ran up the middle too on you though. It wasn't as bad as the edge rushers though, but you also didn't get a good D tackle play like you got like last week. You didn't get that either. Inside and out, like a Diana Ross song, you got pumped. And there's no way that this team should have got punked the way that they did by the New Orleans Saints. There was mismatches that you could have took advantage of. A Debo, come on. You see what happened with CD. You see what happened with Tolbert. He couldn't even guard Tolbert. You trying to tell me that you can't exploit that mismatch? Turpin can't catch. He can't catch. What the hell is he getting what the hell is he getting the ball downfield for? He can't catch. He can't catch. And the team's going to know that he can't catch, so when they play him, they're going to play him in a certain type of way. The man back-to-back weeks done dropped the ball downfield in his hands. He can't catch. So that action that you had with Turpin and Deuce Vaughn in the backfield, you need to go ahead and exploit that with Deuce Vaughn. You need to give Deuce Vaughn some action in space and let him. That's the best option that you got at running back. I keep telling Mike McCarthy this, but his dumbass ain't listening. He not listening. That's ridiculous. Today, you look at Jerry Jones taking a sip of water. He like, oh man, I got a hell of explaining to do today. Like I said, I can't put too much on Kendricks because Kendricks is just 2 steps. He's an upgrade. And yes, he's going to help. And like I made that film session, he's just a bridge gap right now. He ain't the future. He's the right now. So he's to help Overshown and Leofau develop as linebackers and give solid linebacker play, especially up the middle. But when it comes down to the matchups of a running back, you're going to have to figure out sometimes you might got to sub him out. If it comes down to if you in a position where you think that you're going to have to put a linebacker on a running back of Kamara's stature, you're going to have to consider taking him out. That's personnel. That's personnel right there. Or you're going to have to try to match that up a little bit better than what Zim did today. because there's no way that there should have been. I think it was on that screenplay too where he cribbed it. There's no way that that should happen. None. Right. You said it too, Dak Delu. You said it too. Now, granted, Kool-Aid, one of the ones though, but he a rookie though. And should no rookie be banging with CD out there? At Debo, he ain't nobody. Tyron Matthew ain't guard nobody of CD stature. CD should have had 10 catches today. At the end of the day, you still got CD and Cooks. Why is they not? And I know Cooks bailed him out a couple times, especially when he sat down perfectly in that zone and he was able to convert because that probably was great throw a pick. And it's not preseason, y'all. It's what Dak sees on the field. It's not preseason. When things get tough, when the defenses get physical, he folds. It's the same thing time and time after again. It's the same story, y'all, just a different year. It's the same story, but just a different year. These teams are just soft, man. They soft. And I'm looking at Tank, just big ass eyes, just looking like, yeah. So what you gonna say now? Because it's the same thing that happened to you against Green Bay. Is y'all tired today? Is y'all tired this year? Did y'all rest enough? Huh? Did y'all rest enough during the off season? You tired, Tank? Because it's the same thing. I can't believe that boy said that. That's the first thing I thought of when we was getting dog walk. Like, are you tired? You must be tired. Micah, what did he even do today? He got in like on a tackle in the first, then and maybe a tackle toward the. But what did he do today? What did you feel his presence? You're not an elite player if I don't feel your presence in a run game either. You're just pass happy. So Zim, what you gonna do? Because Zim, there's no way that you're gonna sit over there and let this team. You talk all that talk about being hard. Zim, there's no way that in that film session you shouldn't be cussing people out too. You take your responsibility for some of the matchups that you didn't put the team in, but there's no way that you shouldn't be cussing these players out, holding them accountable. He does what he wants. These players, bro, they doing what the bro. There's no way. Like they have no IQ, y'all. As a defensive end, you've been taught this. Like, ain't we taught this in like, bro? We taught this in like Pop Warner, outside contain. You know they drilling it in high school, outside contain. And I know for sure they drilling it in college, outside contain. Why the hell is it so hard for your defensive ends to fight, to get outside contain, to get outside leverage? Some of your cornerbacks was letting Kamara get the edge outside. Like if they getting outside contain, if they getting outside on your cornerbacks, this is a big play bound to happen. That's stupid. Did you not want to play today? Some people call it a trap game. This ain't no goddamn trap game. This is week 2. What are you being trapped of? I know you're not about to sit over there and judge a team off of what they did last year. That's stupid. New year, new team. But in the Cowboys case, new year, same team. You don't judge a team off of what they did last year. So a trap game, anybody that try to feed that story, that's downright stupid. There was nothing trap game about this. This was the game. This was the type of team that the Dallas Cowboys have been struggling with the last 4-5 years. Physicality. Teams that's going to run the ball. Shit, we see the Texans. They got Joe Mixon. We see the Ravens. You know Lamar gonna bust and get outside. So if you got Lamar, shit, you playing FanDuel, DraftKings, shit, you probably want to put Lamar because he's probably gonna bust one. And if the Ravens got a backup running back that can get the outside, I'll probably put him in there because you know they're gonna see this and try to get that outside. I agree, Jay Bird. Out scheme, out hearted, out everything, out everything. And this is ridiculous. This is a reoccurring theme. They're gonna have to. I expect Zen to make some adjustments. We're gonna see what that adjustment is. But at the same time, especially from a defensive point of view, you gotta do better. Gotta do better. From an offensive point of view, we could say what it needs, but they don't have it. They'll never have it because of who leading your offense. Dakota Prescott will never, ever be held to an expectation of we could be comfortable and know. Like there was times, right? Like watching quarterback, like I know, like all right, shoot, we down. I know he get ready to come back, and I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like Romo, for example. Like when you know that you got a quarterback that he gonna show up in big moments. You know it. You know, like, hey, shoot, man. Hey, let's hope you don't make that. Well, Romo was like, let's hope he don't make that game changing pick. But you know that he gonna compete. You know he gonna go ahead, and if it's a shootout, shit, it's gonna be a shootout. If Dallas give up 50, shit, Romo put up 40. But if Dallas give up 50, Dak put up 10. And Dak gave him 14. And then they got lucky enough to put up a 7. That's how it goes. We need Dak. The only way that this is going to work is if Dak steps his game up. But boy, we got some teams that do some things that we are weak at. That no matter what Zim and them do, it's not going to matter. You need some more talent too. You need some more talent too. You got that scare with Zach. He came back in. I would have never played it. And this is my thing, right? You know, if you're going to take out shit, I would have never took Dak out. I would have took CD out. I would have took Zach Martin out, Tyler Smith out, but I would have never took Dak out. Why? He needs to get a rhythm. Give him some type of thing, because now he's taking this. He's weak-minded, so now he's taking this into next week. Is he gonna try to do too much? What's gonna happen? This shit happens every year. Is this our Broncos game that we talk about? Y'all remember we talk about this every year. We get dog walk, right? We got the Broncos. Then we play the 49ers. And now what? Our dog walking was against the Saints to expose what we don't do good again, which is be physical. We're not a physical team. We're too light in the ass, too. As much as we like Tank ain't gonna Tank light in the ass. Micah light in the ass. We too light. And then you got rookies who ain't even in that grown man body yet. We too light where it count. Yeah, Overshow gonna make some things with speed though, but we too light. And then the people that who do got some weight, shit, they old. They got limitations. We got to get more talent on this team. And he ain't gonna be able to solve all of that in one off season. And the only way that Jerry would even attempt to probably make a couple is if he kind of know, like, okay, we might can make a run. Cowboy Nation, you have every right to be discouraged off of what you've seen today. You have every right to be discouraged. You have every right to think that this is the same team that you've been seeing. Because guess what? What's the difference? You'd have made a couple additions, but what's the difference? The people who leading your team are still the same soft-ass people. Dak is still the head of your offense. He's not mentally tough. Micah's supposed to be the leader of your defense. He's not mentally tough. DeMarcus Lawrence, even though he plays hard, he say he ain't got him in. He ain't where he's supposed to be mentally either. He don't have what it takes to lead. He allowed a rookie to come in and do all that talking. He ain't got what it takes. He stood up and told you last year, you tired. Nah. At the top, where you're supposed to be tough, you soft. The body follows how the head is and where your head is at. Your head is soft. Your head is soft. Your head is soft. Ready to be ready. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, Teflon. Yeah, man. Man, in camp, they should have been. It should have been. It should have been some trench warfare. We should have been beating each other up. They're gonna try to go ahead and blame this new practice stuff. Nah, 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 nah. You should one. You should have took advantage of preseason. You should have used. You should have took advantage of preseason to go ahead and exemplify physicality to reiterate your message of you supposed to be physical. Zim, they said that Zim said, "Let me do the thinking." Zim, your mind wasn't right today. Your mind wasn't right today, Zim. But then Zim can only do so much with this roster, though. Like he get ready, he get ready, like they trying to get Carl Lawson. Like he got to go with Carl Lawson, Linval Joseph, Phillips, rookies, and number 11 who want to do what he want to do. Like they talk about this pass rush. I already told y'all that this pass rush ain't gonna be what it used to be, and you can see it was nowhere to be found, especially early on in the game. They was picked like Micah was getting blocked by running backs, tight ends. Like let's be real, number 11. You got blocked by a rookie left tackle. You should be ashamed of your mother self. You see, Myles Garrett did work on a rookie tackle last week, but you got blocked by a rookie left tackle. You got blocked by a right tackle who, because remember I told y'all, if they get hands on him, it's over. And what did they do today? Got hands on him. It was over. He was nowhere to be seen. Trevor Penning should have been barbecue chicken because one, he don't have the feet to be able to guard you. But if you would have used your hands and go ahead and have the moves that we've been telling you to get since your rookie year, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in now. But you allow somebody like Trevor Penning to put hands on you. You could just imagine what the hell gonna happen when Ronnie Stanley next week put some hands on that boy. That's barbecue chicken again. If he can't do work on these tackles, oh, we in for a long season, y'all. Because this should have been barbecue chicken. Trevor Penning should have been barbecue chicken. Fuaga, that Oregon State tackle that we looked at, that's really a right tackle playing left tackle, should have been barbecue chicken. I don't remember much than them rushing him inside. Zim knew better to rush him on McCoy and Cesar Ruiz. He knew better. He knew better. Now let somebody explain that. That was ridiculous. You got barbecue chicken and you not eating? I ain't even see Tank do much. So I wonder what Tank was looking like. Disappointed. Like I said, Mozzie, I seen Mozzie have a few good snaps, but then I seen Mozzie get body slammed. I said, ooh, that ain't good. I was like, ooh, that is not good. That is not good. He getting body slammed. Ooh. Boy, they took it to us. They took it to the Cowboys today, y'all. People who had no business. Who had no business. Who had no business. And the cool thing about it is they switched it up, right? I told you, right? Still, I was like, he probably gonna struggle with a little bit of speed. Boom. Some quickness was used to whoop on him. I said, Guyton probably struggled with a little power. But like I said, Guyton looked a little bit better today, though. He improved this week, though. Right? He still had his mistakes, though, but he improved. Because as you can see, they switched some of them players that they thought that they was going to try to take advantage of with Guyton. You see that they switched. You see they switched them players on Steele because Steele is the weak link. He's the weak link. Man, you bring Zeke in and you sign Dattle back. Patchwork team. You're relying on rookies and you're relying on Turpin. Patchwork. You pay Dak Prescott like he was supposed to be just some hellified player that's going to lead you. Patchwork. Patchwork. Bland ain't going to make a difference when he come back. He's not. What you going to do in these trenches? As you can see, trench warfare is so important. Trench warfare got you blown out today. And if you would, and if trench warfare was a priority with the Cowboys, you wouldn't have got blown out today. Whether you win, lost, or draw, it wouldn't have been like that. You would have been able to hold your own, and we would have been able to build off of a win, loss, or a draw. But this is something that you can't build off of because this is something that exposed your roster. It exposed what you did with your roster. They say it's a week-to-week basis. Yeah, it's a week-to-week league. But at the same time, the chosen ones, the one of the ones, the cream gonna always rise to the top. So y'all knew our running back room was trash. It showed. Right. It's for right. So if we seeing that Teflon and Jerry and them ain't realizing this, boy, they let anybody be head coach. They let anybody be a GM. They let anybody be a coordinator. They let anybody be a scout. They can't, but they try to discredit fans who'd have been around the game for years. A lot of times with football, it's tendencies. Things that you see now, you'd have probably seen it quite a few times. You know when somebody's soft. You know when somebody's not talented. You know when it's a strong move. You know that a certain positions, you can go here and find them. They come a dime a dozen, like running back, a box safety. You can replace corners. You know that. But they try to discredit the fans who understand this and say, we just fans. Okay. Shit, it seems like some of these fans need to be in the front office. Not even, Lo, for sure. Not even. They gonna look at it and be like, okay, Tolbert stepped up. Look, would nobody worried about Tolbert? That's why. We can look at their film. We can look. Would nobody worried about Tolbert? Did nobody care? Did nobody care about Tolbert? So of course, if they like, okay, we'll get that up. So we'll get that chump shit. We ain't worried about that. We worried about CD. That's why you see CD got bracketed. Like we worried about CD. We worried about more Cooks. We don't care about Turpin. We don't care about Brooks. We don't care about Tolbert. And that was the game plan. And that was executed. Did Overshown start? I don't believe so. No. No, it was I think it was Clark. It was Clark and Kendricks. Boy, what this Cowboys team gonna do? Shit, nothing but just play out the season and try to build off next year. And to think they gonna and then they go and to think they gonna try to pay number 11 too and try to handicap this team some more. Hey, Kubiak caught a hell of a game though. I was thinking that when Kubiak caught a hell of a game, I gotta give him credit for that. He caught a hell of a game. He took it to Zimmer. He caught a hell of a game. The Saints understood the assignment. The Saints paid attention. The Saints understood the limitations of that of the offense. Remember, I was telling y'all in that scouting, like they're gonna make Dak work it down. They're gonna make Dak work it down to beat them. They're gonna take away the big plays. And other than the CD Lamb one, what big plays did the Cowboys have? They took it away and said, Dak beat us. That's the blueprint. Dak beat us. You got to beat us, Dak. They make Dak work it down. Dak couldn't do it because he doesn't have it mentally to be able to do that. And that's going to be the game plan next week too. Baltimore going to say Dak beat us. We're going to try to bracket CD again. Dak, you need to beat us. They try to say, oh, it's Ferguson missing. Man, look, when we had Ferguson, the offense didn't look good last week. Ferguson wasn't going to make no big difference today. You been had Ferguson. You been getting your ass beat. Ferguson wasn't going to make no difference today. He wasn't. So it's going to be interesting. Leaders ain't the leaders that's put in the leadership position, they're not fit for it. Zim is not going to be able to make $1 out of 15 cents with his roster. Mike McCarthy is going to get blamed and probably going to get fired toward the middle of the season. Because if it's like this against the Saints, you got the Baltimore, you got Texas coming up, you got some teams that's going to take it. You got Detroit. Yeah. Yeah, Leopold was definitely up in there before Overshawn. After last week, Mark Holmes called the Cowboys a Super Bowl team. Yeah, if he did that, Mark Holmes was tripping. I ain't gonna lie to you. and speaking of this, I gotta say, I forgot to put it in my title, but I gotta say thank you to all my subscribers, for everybody that's been supporting me since day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. I didn't hit that 1K, and I couldn't do it without y'all. So I do want to tell y'all thank you. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all been rocking with me, man. Because I know a lot of the times, man, on this channel, y'all come here because we think different than everybody else, and we come here to get the truth. And a lot of people don't want to, they can't handle the truth. So they want to come get that feel-good gospel. So I do want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all. I do want to tell y'all thank you. But yeah, yeah, them first 15 was for sure trash. Yeah, hey, whoever's saying the Dallas Cowboys is Super Bowl bound, we already knew when we wasn't going to no Super Bowl with this team. I mean, I guess every year they got to get y'all that. I guess every year they gotta try to feed y'all hope to go and get it going because for whatever reasons, but nah, hell nah, man. If y'all hear me talking like, whoa, this team's something, like y'all, then all right, we roll with it, but nah. Oh, okay. Shout out to Wilson. Appreciate you pulling up. Congrats, Mungie. We'll talk. Yeah. But we roll with it though. We roll with it though, T-Dub. We roll with it. Man, there was some people that was missing though. And my thing, I had seen something on Twitter about Lance and trading him for a running back. I don't even think you need to even trade Trey Lance to achieve that. I would look, since this is what I would honestly do. A real talk. This is what I would do. I would treat Trey Lance like what Green Bay did with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. I would do my best to play him every preseason the way that they did him, and I would get him ready because I have seen enough to understand that with more reps, a little bit more patience, he can get the job done. He could be a starting quarterback because Right now, I can name you a few starting quarterbacks right now that he's better than. I can name you some quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round that he was better than. Off the top of the dome, I can tell you he better than Will Levis. He better than that Patriots quarterback off the top of the dome. Off the top of the dome, I can tell you better than Tua. Who else? My brain. Oh, the Broncos quarterback. From Auburn and Oregon. He better than him. Who else he better than? He better than a few more. Just off the top of my dome. I can't think of the quarterbacks right now. My brain going. I just took an ass whooping by so my brain ain't where it's supposed to be right now. But yeah, I could name, but I can there's some more though that he's better than. There's some more that he's better than. So if, like I said, if these quarterbacks is being seen as top tier and starting quarterback material, there's no way that somebody like Trey Lance ain't. And since they signed Dak, because I don't think Dak ain't gonna play out that whole contract. There's no way that Jerry, in his right mind, whether him being about money or not, to have Dak fulfill that whole contract. He's not gonna fulfill that whole contract. Give him a couple years, you do what you do, and then trade him. And then trade him. Yeah. And people was quick. Yeah. And speaking of that, yes, man, it's crazy. It's crazy that you said that, because I think Will McClay is a yes man. Because there's no way that Will McClay can sit over there and just be co-signing some of these moves that he's making. But he's supposed to be some type of genius with these moves. There's no way. And then if Will McClay want to get the credit, Will McClay got to get the blame for how this roster is put together if he's supposed to be the real GM. So either way, this look bad. So Will McClay probably ain't got a job because of him being a yes man. So that's something to ponder too, man. Like, this team got problems, and we're gonna be dissecting this week. I'm so in. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I even want to watch football today. I might want to dig into that field today, but I'm probably gonna end up watching it. At least probably watch that 5:00 game. But because I really want to go back and look at this game again. I really do, because I'm trying to. What the heck? I know I'm gonna get pissed off. I know I'm gonna get pissed off. But just looking at it from the live screen, it's the same thing that's been happening for years. Same thing. Then you're gonna get people talking about, so it wasn't Dan Quinn. Look, it was Dan Quinn too. Dan Quinn was the enabler of all of this. He helped continue the culture of this softness. He didn't change the culture of no softness. Okay, yeah, he brought a pass rush in, but that's it. It's the same team. So you telling me that Zimmer could tell you that, hey, I need some D tackles, hey, I need some linebackers, but you telling me Quinn couldn't? So Quinn doesn't get off the hook. Quinn don't get off the hook. He does not get off the hook. But anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Once again, thank y'all for helping me get to this 1,000. On to 2,000 and many more after that. But appreciate y'all. Till the next time, y'all. We gone.